Hello people, so today we are talking about Kings of War, Vanguard, and we are talking specific about the scenarios and what I think about them. So I'm using the book to remember what's what every single scenario is, and my thoughts about that, maybe a little tactics and you know, how to construct. So first you have to know how to make a warband. You can go to easyarmy.com, links down below, or in the mantic free rules section, and you can find a bunch of warbands you can take from. It's everything fantasy related. Honestly, if it isn't there, you can make it. Like, there is a warband for everything, so you can make whatever warband you want and your story that you want. All right, so you have basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 scenarios. 2 are free from the free site. Everything else you have to buy this book, and I'm recommending getting the book because it's really nice. Just have a book and read it. Now I will say this, the binding on the book is kind of sloppy, so that is the one thing I'm like, this is going to give at some point and I'm going to lose pages from it. So the binding on the book I don't like, but the content inside the book is really good, and I like the hard book stuff, but yeah, the binding should be better, but that's a side note. Everything else I really like. Alright, so you make your warband, you make your standard warband in 200 points, and you leave about 10 points to give equipment to your army. You have your common that you can give to everybody, and then you have the rares that you can have a single one of, and the unique are just for campaigns because they are overpowered. So, but yeah, we're going to go into this first hand, and the first one here is the supply grab, where you're setting up in the middle and 2 by the side. The one in the middle is giving you 3 victory points, and the 2 on the sides are giving you 1 victory point at the end of the last turn. So in round 5, if you're not rolling 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, then you go to round 6. So keep that in mind. It's the last round, so you need to the first to the third round you can you know, like have a little shadow play with your opponent's minis. It's all depending on what they are leaving at the supplies. You both are running for them and trying to get the good supplies. I'm going to take the gum out, like so. All right. So and what I think is really important here is if you have some early aggression on every one of them, and like trying to get a good spread, what I really like to do is taking my guys to the left and the right, and then just hold there, and hopefully my enemy is coming to me to attack me, and then I will try to crush him in the last couple of rounds, like 4 or 5, and try to capture the third one. Try to play really aggressive and make them forget the objective of the game, to take the supplies. You can lose every piece, like every piece, just having 1 miniature on base contact with the supply, and you can win the game. And I can't tell you how many times that is happening to me. It's maybe because we are still like in early mode, kinda. We are not still trying to learn the game, but so that may change when you both are more awakened to the situation. So keep in mind, in every scenario that is here, read the conditions and the rules, and really try to understand what the end goal is, and try to imagine how to do it before you ever do it. Okay, so number 2 is light the bacon. Light the beacon. So this one is kind of a little strange. You have you have a defender side and a attacker side. The defender side is suddenly going to 175 points. So you have created your warband. Now you have to deconstruct that and make a new warband. And if you don't have all the minis, you know, you're just having this little warband you made of 200 points and coming to the game painted and everything. And oh shoot, this scenario is giving me a 175 point cap. And you have large models, you know, that maybe are 40 points, and you have to wiggle back forth to get this. So on a personal level, I don't like this approach that they are like, yeah, everything you told you about making your warband, forget about it. You have to make another one. So, but as I see in all the scenarios, when you are the defender, you're having a really good starting point. It's like getting the white side when you're playing chess. You're having this really good advantage. So, but this is not the way to do it. But I don't know how you should do it. Then you're placing the beacon, and then you can have 2 guys on the beacon, and the rest have to be on the side if you're the defender. And the attacker have this 4-inch line, and you're trying to go to the beacon and try to lit it on fire. And also this is the end of the last round. It has to be lit if you are the attacker, or doused or not lit at all by the defender. So, you know, as a defender, you're just going to be around this beacon and shoot and try to stop the wave coming. And you can goat, and you can so I don't know. You have a really good advantage as a defender because you know what the attacker needs to do to win. So Free the Princess is about the same thing. You have a deployment zone and you have a princess in it. So here you both have 200 points this time. As a defender, you're just having to sit down there and try to have her in it. If you are the attacker, you have to use, I think you have to use a small action to free her and then grab her. And you can try to leave with her, but it's a really difficult mission to accomplish as an attacker, and you don't win the game. You can the one that's having the princess, if you are getting her loose from the capture, you still have to run her across the board, and she can break free. You know, if you die, the grunt, the warrior, whatever dies, the princess can run, and she will run randomly and just be you have to keep in mind as an attacker how to deal with this. I think you really need to have a spearhead of just super aggression into the middle and just try to push everything aside, and then take your biggest model, your biggest the one guy with the most wounds, grabbing the princess, and then just trying to make a castle out of there with everything else just around this one person bearing the. It's super hard. As a defender, you have this really good edge. You just know where they have to come, so you can just plan you guys. If you're there shooters, you can have them on the flanks and everything like that. So yeah, that's my thought about the Free the Princess. I like the Beacon and Free the Princess. I really like them from a narrative standpoint, and it's fun and loosey goosey. But as a game, if you want to play a game and they feel balanced and stuff like that, they are not fair. They're more for a fluff and fun kind of a thing. And personally, I like them for that, because I like that little loosey and goosey fun stuff. But if you're wanting to just feel that everything is fair and stuff like that, it's not. Recover the plans. This one is really cool. I really like it. This rewards you if you are having a scout, because you can move 4 inch up to the dead spy. you search his body, and 6 to 8 you will find the recovering plants, and you just grab them, and then you just try to escape with them, and you can throw everything else at the enemy. If you have the plants at the end of last round, so 5, or if you roll the dice 6, you win the game. If you don't find the plants on the middle, it will be randomly on each other side, and you have to go there. So my plan here is just to go really fast for the middle and push the rest of the warband out to the corners. And if the plants are there, great, you have people ready to pick them up. If not, you can just move them toward the middle and wince the gap and stop the enemy from taking the plants. Another favorite, kill the bard. So the bard is playing a song, everybody just, hey, play me another song or something like that. And he's from one corner to the other trying to escape, and both sides are trying to kill him and each other. You will lose the game if the bard going from one side to the other side. So really like this. This is a really clever scenario. It's giving you a time limit. He will ignore you even if you're standing straight in his face and talking to him. He will just pass through you and try to go to the end. And he goes 6-inch or 12-inch or I think it's 3-inch, and plays songs that are all around him getting fatigued. And and he do not go down really easy. Have 6 wounds and 5 up save. So he will. He's really hard to kill. He's just not the one arrow to the head and he's drop dead. No. So you really need to. And also he has this dodge and parry rule that he can just point on your best die. If you get an exploding 8, wait a minute, you have to re-roll it before you can roll it. So he's super hard to get down, so you need to have manpower to get him down. But of course, if you are focusing on killing him, the other warband can just run around and try to kill you. So I really like this. It's a really clever scenario. So here you can see. And you make this little road and everything like that. Alright, so dragon's egg. Yeah, you pick up a dragon egg and try to win by deliver it to your deployment zone. And let's see. Yeah, that is about it. And you try to grab this egg and it's about it. It's grab the egg and run. Alright, so the power stones. Alright, this one I haven't really played before. So the center stone is worth 2 victory points. The 2 on the other side are worth 1 victory point. And they need to be captured, meaning you have to be the one base contact with it, and no enemies have to be in base contact with it. Then you are controlling it. So the central power stone will give you 1 red extra power die, and within 3 inch of it. And the 2 on the sides will give a spellcaster to add 3 inch to his spells. So that is really it's a really nice one. Okay, this one is for the books. It is the most fluffy, most narrative driven, it's sparkling with fantasy. It's Capture the Giant. So you have a giant in the middle of the table. Both warbands is trying to grab this giant and take him to their course. Get the giant so we can win the battle. In Kings of War they are going to play, and you have the giant, but you need to capture it beforehand. And the other warband has the same idea, and you're trying to get him, and he will just go random, and he can stomp you and kill you and stuff like that. So it's really, really hard to take. So this one is this is a really fun scenario. It's really hard. It's not fair at all and not balanced at all. Everything is going to die, and it's going to be a blast. Have fun with that one. Destroy the baggy train. Oh my god, this one, I can't tell you how many times. As a defender, you just have to wrestle dazzle with your crew and make them shoot at you and attack you. As long as they don't take down the baggies, the 3 supply baggies in the middle there, you win the game. And they have to shoot them. They let's see, they are getting, let's see, yeah, they have 6 wounds each and armor value of 4+. So good luck trying to kill the war baggies. You need to kill a lot of them to get the victory points. They are worth some victory points, but keep in mind the defender gets 1 victory point for each. Let's see, for each full 10 points he kills of the enemy, he gets a victory point. So you just the baggies also block line of sight and are impossible terrain, so you can hide a lot of your crew. It's a really unfair match because it's really hard to be the attacker. So you really have to think a lot about how to get into the baggies. You need to kill them and try to not have your crew killed, your warband killed. It's massive. All right. Burn the stars. Alright, this one I haven't played either. The win condition are wins are 4 or more flame markers on a barn at the end of last round. Alright, so how do we do that? You have you will have marker representing flaming coins, roll, set up placing buildings. Defender deploys their wall warband first. They must place 3 models in base contact with the barn to represent the guards. 2 for each more. The attacker now place 3 models in the deployment zone, marked X. Ignore scout special rules. The winner attacker, if there are 4 or more flames scenario, the buildings are both 6 height, impossible terrain, and block line of sight. An unengaged standing model that is in contact with the barn may take a long action to either add a flame marker or remove existing flame marker. This represents the struggle between the sides to get the barn alit or douse the flames. Keep track of the number of flame markers the barn will count as next. So you can see here, these are the 2 barns representing here. And what do I think about this? Burn the stories, burn the barns. It's a tough call. I haven't played it yet still, but it feels kind of like destroy the baggy train. But I think the attacker has a little more advantage here because you have a lot more areas to get to. So if you are getting what it was, the win for this was 4 or more flame markers on it, you just have to concentrate on one of the barns and get it super lit, and good luck dosing it. And yeah, that is it's going to be tough because once again the defender will know that you need to get these barns lit, so you just have to throw guys at the problem and hope that there is holes. So secure the portal. This one is so super cool and fun and unfair and unbalanced, but feels fair anyhow. So you're going to the middle to try to get to the portal, and the winner is scoring. Players can score victory points for each end of each round and should keep a running total. The player with the most victory points at the end of the game wins the games. So you have our base contact with the portal at the end of a round score 1 victory point. If you are a spellcaster and or commander, you will score 3 victory points instead of 1. After victory points have been scored and before the next round, Roll a die for each model in base contact with it. Alright, so you're rolling the dice on a 7 or 8. He will eat you. The portal will eat you and you will die. So if you're having a commander or a spellcaster there, oh, good luck with the victory points. By the way, you're all out of here. You're sending into another dimension. It's a really fluffy and really fun scenario, and somehow I really like it. Number 12 is kill the commander. Alright, so this is you have tents and you have to search the tents. The defender will always start the game without the commander. So this one I feel is more balanced because the defender has the you know, advantage of knowing the attacker needs to go to the tents. So I feel like the attacker wins if the sleeping commander is found and killed. So you have these tents and you have to search the tents. If you find the commander in one of those tents and kill him, you win the game. But at the same time, as a defender, you can hold up and just wiggle around, and it will always be the tents are randomly, so you don't have to, you can't choose where the commander is sleeping. So 1 to 4 found nothing, 5 to 6 found the battle pants, and 7 to 8 found the sleeping commander. And both sides ignore the scout special rule, and the attacker has the first turn of the first round. I feel like this is maybe the closest one to the all of these defender attacking scenarios you have seen that are balanced. But of course, as a defender, you feel crippled not having the commander. But I feel it is it's a good balance because you have this massive advantage of knowing what other players actually going to try to do. So and you just have to hold it up. So yeah, so here we have the tents are in here and we place everything else inside it. So all in all, what do I think? I think this